Well, welcome back to Stock Talk with Eric Anthony. A few things I want to review today with you guys. I want to discuss how I was wrong about the activity with CPI data. Actually didn't come in as bad as I thought. CPI year over year, we hit 8.5%, which is just about 0.1% over the estimate, and the market seemed to not really mind that too much. But an overall consensus of the sectors that we follow, as you can see, everything was pretty stagnant. So I would call today, it's not our typical bloody Tuesday, but we have a stagnant Tuesday. And it seemed, a lot of it was pretty green for most of the day until the president started talking. I don't know if there's a correlation there, but once that happened, it didn't matter what sector I was looking at, everything kind of came back down. And truth be told, at the start of the day, everything was extremely green, extremely hot. I think there's a little bit of just a weird euphoric reaction to the 8.5% for CPI, which is still extremely high. But I guess because we didn't hit the 9s or the 10s, that some people are like, oh, we're in the green. But that obviously didn't hold. Yesterday I told you guys the main thing that I would be focusing on, I know it sounds kind of weird, but would just be used car sales, because I feel like ever since July of this year, used car sales have just been increasing month by month. And for the first time, it seems like we have maybe hit a little bit of an inflection point, which is, to me, good news. And other takeaways that we got from CPI data are the following. Energy led the high numbers. Energy-related CPI also had big increases. Wheat and grains went higher. Used car sales went down, and everything else is pretty flat. So I'll put the link below so you guys can look at the CPI data for yourselves, because like always do your own DD. Whatever information you get from here from me is just something to help give you an update of what's going on. But ultimately, I just hope to provide you guys as a little bit of a vessel and try to summarize some of the things that caught my attention in the market. But at the end of the day, it's always up to you guys to do your own DD, especially before you start putting in any money into the market. Because truth be told, I wouldn't want that on my conscience to know that someone bought only because of what I said and not because of the information that I provided. And I feel like there's a big difference there. Saying something and just saying, hey, you need to go buy that, compared to these are the things that I like to buy. These are the reasons why I'm buying them. These are the reasons why you should be excited for a given sector that we discuss here. I think that's a whole different approach. But anyway, enough of my ranting. Let's move on to some new exciting news that we got from Value Aerospace, one of the more prolific subsidiaries for the ALPP family. Check it out. Value Aerospace Corporation posted this today, the newly designed American-made G1s. And that's key. Again, remember from the shareholder meeting, one of the biggest reasons why we had seen maybe a little bit of a pause with the drones in general was so that we can solidify that all manufacturing components for the drones were American made. And now they just highlighted that. So again, let's get back to the image. All newly designed American made G1s working their way through the production line towards fulfillment. If they're trying to fulfill an order, the first thing I think about is that means there's been a sale being made. And for all of our naysayers and a lot of the people that like to come out of the woodworks, and there's many for the ALPP family, especially in the ALPP community online. I love seeing these guys or girls or bots or whatever they are, create their profiles that you can tell they were created same day and just start hating and asking all these absurd questions. To be fair, when you asking a drone company, why haven't you provided any sales? To me, that's a fair question. But, when you get a picture like this and it says fulfillment, then hopefully, knock on wood, that we have sales that are going to hopefully be revealed to us. And after we get those Q4 numbers out of the way, which I feel like is the biggest elephant in the room for ALPP right now, we really just need to get those numbers out, get it over with, and start moving forward. And again, this is not financial advice, it's just something I'm doing. Before I make a bigger splash into my current position at ALPP, I'm definitely just waiting for those Q4 numbers to come out. Let whatever price action happens due to that response, that will be the time that I plan to make a considerable splash on my existing position quite substantially after that news comes out. Because when I hear news and see the news that Value Aerospace had delivered to us today, that only, again, and I know I say this a lot, but that just solidifies why I'm in this company. Just kind of keeps me excited with the progress they're making with their drone production. And speaking of drones just in general, I want to bring to your attention this article that I had read earlier today that was actually highlighted by Drone Deck out of Forbes. Thanks to delivery robots, contactless delivery could be the new normal. So this article is basically highlights how far and where they foresee the ADV market, which is automated delivery vehicles. And if any of you guys don't know what that category is or what those look like, I don't know if any of you guys seen WALL-E. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of the ADV space is the movie WALL-E. I mean, look at these things. Look at this one from Domino's, from Amazon, and this one's from DHL, which is a drone. Let's hop into that article and let me just kind of give you a couple of the highlights that I took from it. And like always, I'll put the link below so you guys can take the time to read it and see if that does anything for you as a drone enthusiast such as myself. As a result of pandemic-related behavioral shifts, the newfound affinity for contactless delivery has had an especially salient impact on one technology sector. Delivery companies have started contactless delivery for consumers using low-speed automated delivery vehicles, ADVs, or what are commonly referred to as delivery robots. In addition, consumers are opting to make more online purchases, most notably for the items that were previously almost exclusively acquired at a local market, such as groceries, household essentials, which thereby increases demand for ADVs. And this kind of just touches on what we discussed yesterday in the Amazon article with what they hope to deliver, including baby food, on top of the list I just mentioned, in their 30-minute Prime delivery hopeful program. So the article goes into more detail with how they see the market compounding over the next 5 to 10 years. The article highlights that right now there have been a total of 7 million ADV deliveries, and that's just in 2021. But by the year 2030, they foresee that delivery number to go from 7 million to 50 billion deliveries. So again, if you guys think that automated deliveries are something of just like the Jetson future and it's something that's not going to happen, well, you might be sadly mistaken. Another thing you want to keep in mind with this industry and this market is that they believe that they will have with a compound annual growth, also known as CAGR, of 170% up until 2030. The article also highlights some of the shortcomings that the ADVs are running into and some of the things that they need to become more proficient on with regard to the manufacturing of the ADVs and some of the technical roadblocks that they're hitting, specifically with how they are able to sense their surroundings. And some of the main technologies that the ADVs have to help, see what is around them at all times is with the use of GPS, radar, cameras, and LiDAR. And if any of you guys know LiDAR is actually very popular in many EV self-driving cars out there. Not Tesla, I think, not Tesla, but for many other ones out there, LiDAR seems to be a very proficient technology to help with spatial awareness for any autonomous vehicle out there. So again, once these ADVs are able to sense their surroundings and basically become more proficient with that, they feel that once that barrier is overcome, that's when you will start to see the big boom in this market space. And of course, the biggest reason why you want to have that spatial awareness for these ADVs is for safety. As the global courier, express, and parcel CEP market continues to grow faster than ever before, there's expected to reach a valuation of over $500 billion in 2024. It appears to be less of a matter of if than a matter of when delivery robots will arrive in neighborhoods across the globe. Some companies to watch in this space specifically are going to be Amazon, FedEx, Starship Technologies, and Alibaba. When it comes to the technology itself, rapid advancements in the machine learning and digital radar sensor technologies indicate that ADV capabilities will continue to improve and existing safety concerns will likely be mitigated considerably over time. Okay, well, so that kind of gives you a summary of what was discussed, kind of gives you an idea of just how big this market can be and what they foresee it will be. And again, not so much if, but when. Again, as a drone enthusiast, as someone that's invested in companies such as Vayu Aerospace or anyone out there that loves drones, this just has to kind of gas you up a little bit and kind of make you look forward to the future. I feel like for a while, especially with the vid and these past couple of years, so many of us have been in home and haven't been able to really just like conceptualize what tomorrow can really look like, and even more so what the next generation is going to look like, especially for our little ones out there. So, you know, like I said, I don't know if you guys are new to the channel, but a little bit about me. I work from home. My wife and I just recently had a baby, and I like to invest in companies that are innovative and forward thinking into making, I don't mean to quote Silicon Valley, but generally to help try to make the world a better place, as long as we do it correctly, safely, and with everyone's best interest in mind. But okay, that basically sums it up. If you guys want more information on some of the specifics regarding the G1 drone that I just showed you a little while ago, I will put the link below to Alpine 4's website and where you can check that out. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen lately, but the new ALPP website is actually pretty cool. It looks way better than before. From where it used to be, it used to be just like black and white, and the power of color, like, and the way things are organized now and how each subsidiary has its own like aesthetic and like presence on the website, it actually makes everything look way more official, way more cohesive, and you definitely get a better gist of what that DSF motto is that they're trying to achieve with everything that with all the companies included. So I'll put the link below so you guys can go ahead and check that out for yourselves. And like always, thank you so much for checking in with Stock Talk with Erik Anthony, and I'll see you mañana.